This case is tough. Why do we do what we do?
It is for the betterment of the people in our communities.
Our responsibilities are unlike any other job out there. We've got to risk our lives for it. Why did we become police officers? Wasn't it to solve crimes?
We're criminal police. We have to step up when it matters. So many innocent lives have been lost already. Thousands of police officers are working day and night. I will keep digging until I find him.
How come you're back?
What do you think? I put in for it. We're staying on the case. They're keeping this office for us.
But if you're back here, what, happens to your family?
My family? My wife said, my son's older now. He can take care of himself. And she knows that even if I went home, with the case unsolved, I couldn't sleep well. So, I might as well come. I can't promise results, but at least my conscience is clear. Hey, why'd you put everything down? Put them back up. Come on.
Right. The provincial and prefectural experts are gone, but the task force is here. Ye Maosheng and I kept watch over the case. The keys and the director's things are with Hubo. He reports in once a week.
The provincial and prefectural experts are gone, I guess. The task force's gone, too.
Why's that? Huh? As long as we're here, the task force is here.
Follow all rules.
Follow all rules.
Protect confidentiality.
Protect confidentiality.
Make just decisions.
Make just decisions.
Stay clean.
Stay clean.
Stay true to duty.
Stay true to duty.
Embrace sacrifice.
Embrace sacrifice.
Serve the people wholeheartedly.
Serve the people wholeheartedly.
I willingly devote myself to the great cause of the people's public security.
That kid looks familiar.
Great cause of the people's public security.
Isn't that the kid who, called us useless? Zhou Huanhuan's classmate.
I, Gu Wenlo, do solemnly swear. Captain Yang.
Him?
Policeman Gu Wenlo reporting to Captain Yang.
"18 years. Every single one of us, every cop new to the force, is taught to remember the two cases.
Chief, in 2014, A new preferential policy took effect in Xinjiang. Public servants who's worked for over 30 years and has reached 50 can retire early and enjoy section chief treatment. You see, when you're on the front lines, you might work your whole life and never reach this height, ever. Ming Hai, he fits these conditions. He could retire early, but he refused. And that's because he wants to see how this case will be solved.
If we don't solve this case, I'll take that to my grave, seriously. I just need closure.
The crime scenes for these cases, what's still intact?
Over the years, they tore down a lot of the old buildings. The video hall's gone.
The director's home is
The
preserved.
crime scene at the director's home, it's almost fully preserved.
Can we go take a look?
When? Now?
Tomorrow.
Chief, what about our trip back to Beijing tomorrow?
Cancel the flights.
Okay.
Bottoms up.
Is this the original lock? It's been replaced. We were worried someone else might have a key. Bureau had a meeting and swapped them all out.
Chief, all of this was Hu Bo's idea. He wanted to protect the scene.
The victims' families asked us to keep it as is. They're still waiting for answers. Yang and Jean have given so much to this case. I can't let them down by not protecting the scene.
Chief, right here, under that table by the door, that's where Chen Xiaolan was killed.
Over here. Over here.
And over here, that's where the director was killed. The sofa, that's where his wife went down. And here, this is where the child died. The suspect cut the gas lines on this tank right here. Completely cut. Then he switched on the rice cooker and doused the blankets in liquor. He was trying to blow the place up. Lucky for us, the cooker was set to keep warm. The tank was almost empty, and the window was open. So nothing went up.
Set aside the case details. We already know them. I want to hear your take.
Oh, so I think the suspect got there early and waited outside. Because there's no sign the locks were picked. At 41, the kids head to school. The moment she opens the door, both suspects push in.
Also, Chu Huan had ligature marks on her neck, right? So one of them was strangling her while the other got control of the couple inside.
At the time, did you test the bottle caps? The tank and the cooker too? Or no?
We did it.
They were all tested.
Also, on a broken clothes hanger, we pulled a four-finger impression, listed as key evidence, locked in the evidence room.
Also tested.
Yeah, we tested them all.
But got nothing from it?
Nothing.
No. The director was shot twice, once in the head and once in the waist.
And this room here?
Yeah, this was Chu Huan's bedroom. 18 years, we haven't touched a thing in here.
Hey, look at this. The curtains. What happened to them?
We cut pieces out. Back then we figured maybe there'd be prints on them. But then, we didn't find any.
Oh.
Chief Chen.
Chief Zhang, why are you here?
Mr. Qin Chuan,
Hi, good to meet you.
I'm Jiang Jizhong.
Chief Jiang. Really glad you came.
Chief Qin, I heard that yesterday my colleagues filled you in on the 2 cases. Now, the reason that I'm here, that is, if you'll allow me, is to share my thoughts with you.
Please, Chief. You know this case better than anyone. I'd love to hear it.
Not much to share, really. Yang, Jin, Hu, they never left this case. They know the details of this case best. 18 years ago, they were young men full of fire. Look at them now. Their hair's all going gray. Chief Qin, we're all so grateful that you're here. This case, it's been weighing on us for as long as I can remember. And when it happened, I was here for 4 months straight. I left with a broken heart and we had nothing. Back then I told myself, can we crack it while I'm still in the chair? We couldn't. Then I said, at least before I retire. But we still couldn't manage to get it done. It was impossible. And now, all I want to know is, will I live to see this solved? Can we do that? I honestly don't know. I have no idea.
Chief, I give you my word. We'll give it everything that we've got.
Chief, can we take a break? That's over 10,000 steps. I'm worried about your back.
My back's fine, thank you. My wife got it sorted. If yours is giving out, we can sit down.
Let's sit a while.
So what's your read on the 2 cases?
I went through everything they sent over. We have to take this on. If we walk away and it stays cold, we're throwing away everything those guys put in over 18 years. We owe it to them.
So many people worked this case. They're good. They worked hard. They just didn't have the tools. And now, it's not just the Qingjiang 2 cases. There are a lot of cold cases out there stalled because of where forensics was at the time.
Right. The Xinjiang 2 cases don't have much to go on. Just footprints and prints. But technology's come a long way. And there are a lot more tools now. Besides, with some things, you don't know till you try. And these are textbook cold cases. To crack them, you need 2 things. New tech, and you need someone who won't quit.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Look, this isn't about one case. It's about the entire way that we investigate. Now that new tech is available, we need to start thinking differently. What if we launched a dedicated push on cold cases and pulled them all out, took another run at them to try and solve them?
You mean run a full special operation?
Not just one. A whole series.
Chief, are you actually serious?
You think I'm kidding?
Then let me say something I shouldn't.
Go ahead, say whatever's on your mind.
If we start digging into these old cases, some people probably won't like it. Every city and county out there has cold cases. Not everyone's going to welcome you poking around. Huh? I'm not trying to stir anything up, and I can take whatever comes my way. But I worry about you. Chief, we need to watch your back.
And I appreciate it, Guo. Here's the thing. In recent years, the clearance rate on homicides has been above 90. It's been above 90%. Most cases, they are closed fast.
Yes.
But when it comes to homicide, we can't settle for 90%. Not at all. There are lives. Right now, things are safer. People can go about their days. But what about from before? Huh? All those people who never got justice.
Yes.
Who speaks for them? Who's gonna solve their cases? Who's gonna catch those criminals? Go pull the archives. Look at how many cases are still cold. Huh? All those lives. As criminal cops, we owe it to them. Not to whoever worked the case first. You understand?
Yeah, I hear all of that. But what if we can't crack a single one? Then what?
Guo, here's how I see it. Don't go in looking for what you can get out of it. No medals, no promotions. That's not why we're doing this. Right?
Right.
I believe if we go in with the right intentions, justice, nothing else, it'll come out right. Cracking cases is what we live for. We can't promise 100%, but we don't stop, ever. Not until we have given our all.
Chief, a while back you put out the word to the bureaus across the province to surface their toughest, most time-consuming cases, especially the ones that had gone cold. We got those sent out. Then the submissions came in. Here's what they sent. We told them to hold on to the photos and test materials for now, and we all went through everything.
Everyone had a chance to go through what Leo put together?
Yes.
Starting today, we've got 3 days to do another pass. I want quality over quantity. Okay, we're gonna be looking for cases with female and child victims. Cases with especially brutal methods and high-profile ones. Don't worry about how solvable it looks. Go by the damage done to the victims and their families, and make your judgment from there, all right?
Got it. We already did a first pass. Let's go through it. Lei, pull up the slides. First case. Ducheng, Zhaotou District, late 2011. Into early 2012, 3 young women. Killed one after another. Suspect took them somewhere remote, killed them, and mutilated 2 of the bodies. It was a horrible case. Caused a real panic amongst the people at the time. This was the 8th case placed under provincial supervision in 2012. The task force has been at it for years.
Yeah, the Taohe case goes on the list.
Second case. Lingcheng Dongling County, 3 little girls went down to the river to catch tadpoles. They never came home. We put this one under supervision in 2010. The third is Xinjiang, 2 cases.
All 3 go on the list. But I don't see the Liangcheng cases in there. Were those not submitted?
Well, we looked at those, but the thing is, they go way back. The oldest one is pushing 30 years, and most of the crime scenes, they don't exist anymore.
Let me be clear on something. When we make our picks, our principle guides us. We're looking for the cases with female and minor victims, the most vicious ones, the ones that did the most damage, especially anything involving kids. Women and children are the most vulnerable in our society. If we can't stand up for them, we've got no business being cops. All right. Keep going with the screening and bring me your selections, okay? Let's hear what the Bureau and what Chief Yuan think about all this, all right?
Right.
Qin Chuan, I'm with you. But some of the others had questions.
Some of these cases have DNA prints, but some have nothing at all. How do you work those? We've got to weigh the optics and the actual conditions before we commit.
Chief Yuan, I'm not going to stand here and promise results, okay? Professor Tao, these are the best in the business. They've been on these cases for years. Who am I to say I'll do what they couldn't? But here's what I do think. These cases already have years of legwork behind them. With the new tech we have now and everything we've learned, even if we can't close them, can't we at least move them forward? Make some sort of progress. These have been open for 30 years at the most. If we can't finish it, we work hard enough to leave something real for whoever comes next, so they can solve the cases. Isn't that why we're here? I just want to do the work.
All said. Go ahead with it. Full support from us. Qin Chuan, go get him.
Hi, Chuan.
Mrs. Wu.
Hey, come in.
Professor Wu, I'm here.
Good, good. Hope I'm not pulling you away from something.
Professor Wu, don't say that. I should have come a long time ago. And I waited for your call to do it. Hope you're not holding that against me.
Oh, of course not. I know how busy you are. Running all over the province. That's how it should be. You're doing exactly what you should. Yeah? Chuan, you made it to Xinjiang?
I did. I was actually going to bring this up. I'm putting together a push on cold cases, including the, the Xinjiang 2 cases. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Wu.
I'd heard. That's exactly why I called you. I wanted to talk it through. I've been to Xinjiang, Lianchang, and all those places. I've been to them. There are all kinds of reasons these cases never got closed. When the Xinjiang cases happened, I was sure we'd get that. I was sure of it. But we didn't. That's not on those guys. The times, they just weren't on our side. Reopening all this now. It's not gonna be easy. But Chuan, I think it's a very good thing that you're the one doing it.
With everything that's changed, we have to. We have to. We always say homicides must be solved. That doesn't mean 100% clearance. It means you never stop, Professor Wu.
Yeah. The Xinjiang case, it's about as textbook a cold case as you'll find. But what sets it apart from other cases is the warmth of the people. At the prefecture level, the city level, the investigators, the technicians, the leadership, across every sector, everyone has felt the weight of these 2 cases. They feel that leaving them unsolved is a disgrace to every detective. Everyone just wants to get justice for the victims. And that to me is the most moving thing of all. And also, the reason you feel there's still hope.
Yeah.
Here. Take a look. This is all the cases that I worked. My notes. In there, you'll find Xinjiang, Lianchang, all of it. I don't know how much use it'll be. You know, at my age, I can't really do much. But I figured, whatever I can give, I should give. Here.
Professor Wu, this is... Professor Wu, you're my teacher. Everything I do, I stand on what you and your generation built. That foundation is what lets us go further.
Chuan, this future, it belongs to all of you.
Liulian put together a chart. Everyone get a copy?
Got it.
Yep.
I also put together a list of our experts and technicians. Over 100 names. Director Lei, take a look and tell me if I missed anyone.
Looks complete to me. That's good. You really did your homework. You know this department inside and out.
I mean, they're all names that I'd better know, right? Experts like you, all of you, you're the real backbone of this department. I'll tell you, if this cold case campaign's going to stand on anything, it stands on you.
You hear that? The weight's on all your shoulders now.
Is there still time to jump off?
Wait, if you left, then the entire thing is on my shoulders. Are you trying to kill me here?
You're really jumping? All right then. Leo,
Here.
pull over. Someone's getting off.
Okay. No, Mr.
Wait,
Leo,
it
keep
was a
going.
joke. It
Yeah,
was a
we were
joke.
joking. Chief Qin, this campaign is a great opportunity for us to improve our skills. We're so not leaving.
Wouldn't let you if you tried. Getting you young ones some real experience. That's the whole point. Besides, your dad came all the way from Xucheng.
True.
You bail now, and he'll have our heads.
So anyone actually getting off?
No.
No, definitely not getting off.
Chief Qin, you're finally here. Everyone, welcome back to Xinjiang.
All right, no need for all that. Everyone made it. Mr. Tao, Taoyang, Su Chang, and Director Lei. Restless as ever, huh? The moment we landed, he was off to the tech center to look at the samples.
Oh, that's great to hear. Mr. Tao, having you and Chief Qin here, we can finally breathe a little. See, 18 years we've been waiting for a day just like this.
First time I met you two, you were just kids, about Saoyang's age.
Oh, that's right.
Now this is a passionate heart.
This is what it means to carry a case with you.
Chief, this is everything. Intel, meeting minutes, investigation reports, all of it. The task force has been through it so many times, the originals are falling apart. We had to work with the tech team to photograph everything and reorganize it all.
Good. Right. Here's the thing. When we work this case, we keep the trial in mind from the start. Once we get a solve, it goes to court, so our documentation has to be airtight. Every item at the scene gets retested. Okay? Look at this. Okay? Each piece protected on its own. This is what dedication looks like.
Look, there's your dad with Professor Wu.
In 1999, that year, Dad didn't come home for New Year's.
So today,
I didn't get it
the whole
then,
point of this
but
is to-
now I know what happened.
is to get everything on the table. Your questions, your disagreements, all of it. Then we figure out where to go from there.
Mr. Tao, you're the expert here. What I'm about to say is just my own thinking. Nothing personal. Nothing personal.
Captain Young, experts aren't gods. Please, sit. Go ahead and say it. Get your doubts out, and we'll work through them together. All right?
Good, good. Then I'll go ahead.
Go ahead.
The four-finger impression. All four are whirls. Not plain ones either. That is extremely rare. These prints, they only show up once at the scene. So, is it one person? Multiple people? Or one person multiple times? The reason I ask is, we took these prints everywhere in the country and came up empty. Not once did we find it. So then are these prints themselves throwing off our results? Or do they even hold up as evidence?
What the captain raised is central to this case. Whether that impression is from one person, and whether it still holds evidentiary value, we'll dig into that after the meeting. I'd already talked it over with Wu. The methods back then had limits, so now we need to look at all of this with fresh eyes. Re-examine the disputed technical questions. Start completely from scratch.
Mr. Tao's right. The fingerprints have to be our primary focus.
Chief, let me just add something, okay? We took those prints across the whole country and nothing. Could the suspect have left the country? So this is what I'm thinking. We were able to get the suspect shoe print from the tracks he left at the scene. We checked every manufacturer in the country. No match. If the shoes came from outside, then the suspect probably isn't here anymore either.
Or maybe the suspect was never local to begin with. Think about it. Hired killers brought in from outside. Chief Qin, that question was a real point of debate at the time. All these years later, we still don't have an answer.
Chief, if I may.
Go ahead.
This 2 cases. Back then, Professor Wu said they're done for money. But we didn't agree upon this. We had differing opinions. Some think it's for money, but others think it's revenge.
And you? What's your take on the case?
Revenge. Take Deputy Chi's case. He was a trained cop, experienced, but when they hit him, he never had a chance. Couldn't fight back at all. Autopsy says blunt trauma to the head, intracranial damage, death. Now, let's take a look at how it went down. Pull up the slide. 2 suspects cut the light cord, waited by the landing. When Deputy Qi came up the stairs, one of them grabbed him by the throat while the other hit him over the head. Planned, fast, no hesitation. I don't think this was about the gun. I think it was about him. If all they wanted was just a gun, there were easier ways to get one. Why go through all this just to kill a man?
Right. If it's about the money, then he probably would have used that gun again. 18 years, and the gun never turned up again. So, Deputy Qi's beating was Xinjiang's busiest stretch. The most money, the most action, and the most trouble. Which means it's somebody he crossed doing his job.
Right. Now look at the director's case. If it was about money, why go in? At noon, when the building's full of people. And for the autopsy, Qiu Huan, she was stabbed 16 times. All in the chest. Every single one. It was a kill shot. She was my classmate. Now, if you tell me, if there's no hatred behind this, who does that to a 14-year-old girl?
I can't agree with what he said. At the time, the director's bedroom was turned upside down. Things were all over the place. Even the closet was raided. Afterwards, we found the director lost over 2,000 in cash. And some commemorative coins. Also, we found that, in these two cases, one suspect didn't change his shoes. These shoes were already bloodied at Deputy Chi's crime scene. Most would have thrown them out. Why did the suspect keep them? He was poor. He washed them and put them on again.
No, Minghai. The money could have been a bonus. This doesn't rule out revenge. Not at all. Director Chu was very good at his job. Good enough that he probably made some enemies. We found a lead during the investigation. You see, he'd gone up for the prefectural branch director position. And he lost to a Jia Donggui. Chu never said a word about it. But this Jia was trash-talking him all over town, and things started to get ugly.
Also, the director had minor injuries to his knees. He was on the ground at some point, and ligature marks on his wrists, consistent with handcuffs. They were working him over, interrogating him.
The thing is, interrogation doesn't equal revenge. Maybe it's just the suspect asking where the money's at.
Wait, Gene. If it's about money, why didn't they take the cash Deputy Chi had on him?
Time was short. They couldn't.
Wait.
If it's revenge, then the suspect must have chosen the victims on purpose. There must be some sort of connection between them and the suspects. Or at least some connection between the victims in the cases. But after years of asking around, we found that the director and the deputy were strangers. They're not connected in any way. Nothing connects the two cases.
And there's also one more thing. We never found the director and his wife's ID at the scene. There's a possibility that the suspect may have taken them. If it was about money, then why not use those to pull cash from the bank?
That doesn't seem possible at all.
There was no surveillance back then, no cameras anywhere. They could have cleaned out the account.
Ever consider that they might be scared? If you got the victims' IDs, would you go to the bank?
Guys like that don't scare easy.
Good. All right, that's enough. Let's wrap it up here. Everyone had put their cards on the table, and that's exactly what we needed. That was the point of this meeting. 18 years later, and every person in this room still has these cases memorized. That means something. Now, 3 things we need to focus on, okay? 1, establish what this case is about, okay? Money, or is it about revenge? That determines our whole direction. 2, figure out what to do with the evidence. Okay, the fingerprints, or looking at the shoe prints, okay? We need conclusions. 3, we rebuild the scene and retest everything, okay? If more prints were left, the gloves came off at some point. Could there be more prints we missed? We need to check. And the casings. We need to look more closely at them. There were 3 shots fired. 2 casings were recovered. What happened to the 3rd? Is it still there? Did the suspect take it? We need these answers. And we test everything we have for DNA. Is that clear?
What's your read on this case? Did you catch that? Young's team is already split.
18 years. Wave after wave of experts, all saying something different. I think they've lost the thread. Don't know what to believe anymore.
4-finger impression. All whirls. I don't even have one whirl. What are the odds of that? Seriously. Hey, what if they're right? What if those 4 prints All the same finger pressed 4 times.
So you're saying that you don't think the prints hold up?
I think so.
Doubting gets us nowhere. We just work it. If we go to that scene and find nothing new, those prints are all we've got. Use them. Squeeze every last thing out of them. Got it?
Look at you all fired up. Really going after this one.
You bet. With the explosion case, I was right in the middle of it when Jiangshan pulled me off. Been sitting on all that energy ever since. Now the chief brought me back in, I'm putting all into these 2 cases, let me tell you.
All right, I like the energy that you have. Hey, what are you doing glued to that window? You haven't moved. Staking out a rabbit hole?
Huh? What? A rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Staking out a rabbit hole. Maybe I am. Don't worry. The rabbit will come out soon enough.
What do you mean?
What time is it?
Nobody's out there.
Give it a minute.
Is that the chief?
He's out there?
Is that Chief Qin? What's he doing out there?
When you said rabbit, you meant him? The chief is the rabbit?
I never said rabbit.
That was you.
But how did you know he'd be out here?
You pick up things working cases with him. His brain is like a machine. The second he's on a case, it doesn't switch off. When he's working something through, he walks. Thinking and walking. Same thing for him.
That's something.
Chief.
Huh? What? What are you doing
Chief.
here?
Just doing what you do, walking and thinking it through.
You figure anything out?
We'd rather hear yours first. You didn't take a side during the meeting. Didn't agree with anyone, didn't push back either. You've got your own read on this, don't you?
I don't have a complete one. The point of that meeting was to get them to talk more, okay?
Oh.
They're the ones who are carrying this case. If we come in with all the answers, it knocks the wind out of them.